day everyone, I am Mary Priscilla, working as a lecturer for Food Nutrition and Dietetics at Milagros College. I am here to deal with the topic, the cardiovascular diseases. So what do you mean by cardiovascular diseases? According to WHO, cardiovascular diseases are a group of disorders which are associated with heart and the blood vessels of the body. So let's see the cardiovascular diseases one by one. The first one is coronary heart disease. So coronary heart disease is a broad term which is used to comprise a lot of diseases which are associated with the disorders of the circulation, heart muscles or the vessels of the heart. So coronary artery disease refers to the diseases of the arteries. So this is the second most cardiovascular disease. So it is related to arteries. What are arteries? Arteries are the blood vessels. Function of the arteries, if you see, they are useful to deliver the oxygen through the blood from the heart to the tissues of the body. Next, coming to ischemic heart disease. So it's a term which is used for all the heart problems. Ischemic heart disease means narrowing of the arteries. Here what happens is the blood clots which are formed, it blocks the blood flow to the heart muscle, and finally the tissue loses blood and also oxygen, finally dies. Next, if you see atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis is a progressive consequence of coronary artery disease. Atherosclerosis is what? The buildup of fats, it can be cholesterol and other substances on the artery walls takes place, which leads to obstruction of the blood flow to the heart muscle. Finally, it leads to the hardening and the narrowing of the arteries. Next, if you see the common disorders or the complications of coronary artery diseases are dyslipidemia. Dyslipidemia is what? It is nothing but increased cholesterol level in the blood. Secondly, atherosclerosis, as I have already explained. Next is hypertension. Hypertension is a condition. It is nothing but a blood pressure, increased blood pressure, where the force of the blood is against the artery walls is too high. Coming to pectoris. Pectoris is nothing but a chest pain or chest discomfort due to the inadequate supply of oxygen to the heart muscles. Coming to myocardial infarction, nothing but heart attack. Next disorder is congestive cardiac failure. It is a chronic progressive condition where the heart muscles pump inefficiently. So the buildup of fats or cholesterol or accumulation of fluids makes the heart to pump inefficiently. Next, coming to rheumatoid heart disease. Rheumatoid heart disease, it is a kind of heart damage which is caused by rheumatic fever, which is a non-contagious fever, acute fever it is. It is caused by streptococcal infections. So it usually affects the young people. Symptoms, if you see, inflammation and the pains in the joints, and there is severe fever. So these are the examples. You can see the image of atherosclerosis where the blockage of heart flow takes place. Here hypertension, rheumatic heart disease, myocardium, pectoris. It's an inadequate supply of oxygen. Next, if you see the causes of cardiovascular diseases. So incidence of obesity and diabetes leads to risk of cardiovascular diseases. If you see, obesity usually leads to hyperlipidemia. Hyperlipidemia is nothing but increased cholesterol level or the increased triglycerides in the blood. Atherosclerosis also play a major role. If you see the survey, obesity is highly seen in people who are residing at urban than rural areas. So next, hypertension, which is considered to be a risk factor for ischemic heart disease. Then diabetes mellitus, nothing but increased blood sugar level is also associated with cardiomyopathies. Cardiomyopathies, anything related to heart damage. Next, coming to cardiovascular risk factors, they are classified as modifiable and non-modifiable risk factors. Modifiable factors are those we can control over. It can be stopped. It can be obesity, where you can follow a proper diet and exercise. Smoking, then high blood pressure can be controlled, high cholesterol level can be controlled, and physical inactivity could also be controlled. Coming to non-modifiable risk factors, they are those which has no control over. It can be age, heredity, also gender. Let's see one by one. First one is family history. People who are already having this disease in their family are prone to have this cardiovascular diseases. So it can be from your ancestors, it can be from your mother or father. Then the genetic factors, it influences the risk of developing premature cardiovascular diseases. So there are examples where children get cardiovascular diseases. Coming to obesity. Obesity is the primary cause for cardiovascular disease. Obesity is nothing but accumulation of fat in the body, excess fat in the body. Obesity is associated with elevated triglycerides, which is nothing but dyslipidemia, increased blood pressure, that is hypertension, and impaired glucose tolerance, that is again diabetes mellitus. Coming to hypertension next, yes, it is also a risk factor of cardiovascular diseases and it is accompanied by hyperlipidemia. Coming to diabetes, sustained hyperglycemia means increased glucose level in the blood is associated with tissue damage and cardiomyopathy. So the longer you have diabetes mellitus, the longer the risk chances of cardiovascular diseases taking place. Next is control of diabetes mellitus is very much important because it affects the tissues and also the heart muscles of the body. Coming to age, if you see earlier men less than 55 years were more prone, but nowadays because of the improper dietary lifestyles, people with younger age, group of 30 years, it starts continuing. The process of atherosclerosis can begin as early as at 2 years of age. Yes, small children getting cardiovascular diseases. Next one is smoking and tobacco. Tobacco and smoking in excess will lead to cardiovascular diseases where the blood clots will be formed which blocks the blood flow to the heart muscles. Coronary artery disease has been seen in 80% of the smokers. Inhaling nicotine, which is the compound present in it, then carbon monoxide and various other pollutants, it will narrow the arteries present and finally leads to blockage. Coming to alcohol, excessive amount of alcohol is also a risk factor. Lack of physical activity, yes, sedentary lifestyle and also unexercised people, they are more prone to cardiovascular diseases. Yes, finally it leads to obesity and it causes cardiovascular disease. Ninth one is syndrome X is a cluster of conditions. So syndrome X is what? It is a group of risk factors which usually leads to cardiovascular diseases and it is considered to be very harmful because it is a cluster of conditions where obesity is involved, diabetes mellitus is involved, dyslipidemia is involved, hypertension is involved, then increased triglycerides are involved. So diet, exercise and medications will help in controlling these cluster of combinations or the diseases. Psychological, social, cultural and religious factors also influences the risk of cardiovascular diseases. So each religious factors matters a lot when you are planning a diet for a cardiovascular diseased patient. It usually affects the food and the quantity of food consumed. Then yes, as I already told you, cigarette and alcohol consumption also plays a major role. Highly competitive job stress, yes. So stress related issues, maybe because of your jobs you're going through and the physical exercise. You can be doing a sedentary work style. It also, or people who are impatient or workaholic can cause greater harmful effects on the heart and its vessels. So today we have studied about the definition of cardiovascular diseases and the diseases of the cardiovascular and also the risk factors and the consequences of cardiovascular disease.